to be a qualifier. And that qualifier has basically been given to masculinity as if the qualifier itself is true, and that masculinity is actually what it is speaking about. Toxic masculinity. I've asked people to define it for me, and I've gotten several definitions. People generally, and I mean people, I mean mainly women. There are some men, but they will define toxic masculinity, of course, with every negative trait that toxicity has, and then say that when men behave or conduct themselves in a way that makes women feel threatened, uncomfortable, or otherwise dismissed, that is toxic masculinity. Masculinity to them is simply the outward expression of what has become known as either aggression or an inordinate use of strength by a male. So when that happens, it's simply looked at as masculinity being toxic. Not only that, but the disagreeing with or the debating with or the making it where a man who dominates any sphere where a woman is, without considering her feelings or her, that is considered toxic masculinity. Not considering her, and not considering her based on the fact that she is indeed a female or a woman. So it becomes toxic masculinity simply because it's an expression of the male. Some people have thrown this toxic femininity out for basically the same reason. Toxic behavior from a woman. So if it's toxic behavior from a male, it's masculinity. If it's toxic behavior from a woman, it's toxic femininity. Yet, seemingly the basic understanding of what masculinity or femininity is, is that it is something that belongs to the respective genders. Masculinity. So if a man is doing something that is toxic, then that man is considered to be expressing toxic masculinity. So masculinity belongs to the male, and because the male expresses something that is toxic, then that pairs it as toxic masculinity. Yet, there is seemingly no real understanding as to what masculinity is. Just simply that if a male does it, then it is termed masculine.